What is going on, everybody? We're here. We're live. Geeks and Gamers Daily on a Tuesday. What's up, Jay?
Not much. Kind of slow moving day. Had a little rainstorm last night. That's about it. Quite boring, actually.
Were you outside?
I was just staring at the stars, making sure everything's in alignment for the for what's about to come.
What's coming?
I mean, you'll see it when it gets here. It's pretty much all I have to say. Power Rangers is coming to Fortnite. I know you were excited about that. I was like, man, they got a teaser trailer for the Power Rangers in Fortnite. It's great.
Which Power Rangers?
It's the classic Power Rangers too, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it Mighty Morphin Power Rangers?
Yeah, classic.
I don't want any of that Dino shit or whatever the fuck else they got. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That's what I want to see.
Man, it looks good, man. It looks good. Well, look, here's a little clip. Just a little clip. We won't play the whole thing. It's like a minute long, but like, this is what's going on. No sound on this clip for some reason. But that's pretty good. Look at that. Look at that. And apparently we get the green and white Ranger coming too.
Ooh, that's cool. Dun, 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 dun.
Should be awesome. We'll see. That's coming out Thursday, so it's probably a big upload. Finally, they're getting rid of that Superman stuff. The Superman slop was in Fortnite. Wasn't good. Wasn't good at all.
Can't say I have any knowledge. Haven't played Fortnite in a while.
Yeah, it's like they gave you Crypto's dog bone in the game. So you could like throw it at your enemies and Crypto would come out like chasing the dog bone. And, you could help kill your enemies by doing that. It just was kind of weird. So, that's that.
Thank God we got something fresh.
What do you think,
Thank God we got something fresh like Power Rangers. Remember the Power Rangers movie from like 15 years ago or whatever?
Was that like the ooze, right? Was that? Is that it? Ivan Ooze? He put ooze under the city and they had to come stop. Am I thinking of the right one?
I don't remember.
That's about all I got. I'm not quite sure.
I quite honestly can't remember. I know they looked a little bit weird. But yeah, that movie was a disappointment. A little bit of a disappointment.
We just wanted to see the Pink Ranger. Pretty much it.
Just the pink one, huh?
Pretty much it.
Not a Blue Ranger guy?
No, I think
the gay one.
I think I'll pass on that one.
Billy, was that his name?
Something like that, yeah. Those guys were in that show for 2 seasons, and like that's all they do now is like at least the Black Ranger, they tour around Comic-Cons.
Jason was the Red Ranger, Kimberly was the Pink Ranger, Billy was the Blue Ranger. Yeah, that's about as far as my
Chinese Ranger was called. That was the yellow one.
That's about as far as my knowledge goes, to be honest. But as far as my knowledge goes when it comes to Power Rangers,
she died in a car accident. Pretty sad.
Trina was the Yellow Ranger. Tommy was the Green Ranger, right? Tommy?
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah.
But and then he merged to the all-powerful white one. He took charge of the whole thing.
When I was a kid, I had the Green Ranger dagger. And I also when the White Ranger came out, it was like this big like saber. It's like saber-tooth sword thing. I had one of those when I was a kid. I used to practice like flipping around, like do a somersault and grab the sword and come up and shit. Way back in the day.
I bet you were good at it.
I'd like to think I was. But I was also a child, so really no guarantees that I actually was any good at it. But yeah, but they're like they're like now prehistoric thing. Like they came out with so many different versions of the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And, apparently people kept watching them, man. Like obviously not the same people, but kids, just the next generation of kids watch that shit. I suppose if you wanted to, you could try to write a script for, 40 years late, not 40, but like 25 years later, the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and what that would be like. If you wanted to write something like that, you could use AI to help you out for maybe story ideas or something. I suppose if you wanted to write a 25 years later where the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers doing, but
it would definitely help.
It would definitely help. And if you're looking to maybe take advantage of AI and use it for a project, we got something for you.
With the huge advancements of AI, it's become a massive part of so many people's day-to-day lives. And with that comes its own concerns. Did you know that Sam Altman recently said that ChatGPT can now reference all your past conversations? Is that something that everyone's comfortable with, in AI having complete and total knowledge and memory of all of your thoughts, all your business ideas, all these questions that you may or may not want to ask it? And more importantly, what are they doing with that information? Sam Altman said that ChatGPT will get to know more about your life. ChatGPT is the former director of the NSA sitting on the board. Alexa listens to you and recommends products based on your conversations. Well, Venice AI lets you use AI without handing over your sensitive information. Venice utilizes leading open source AI models to deliver text, code, and image generation to your web browser. There's no downloads, no installation, or anything. They don't spy on you or censor the AI. Messages are encrypted, and your conversation history is only stored in your browser. AI can be extremely valuable, but we shouldn't need to give up privacy to use it. The Venice Pro plan unlocks the full platform features, including PDF uploads for summaries or insights, the ability to turn off safe mode for unhindered image generation, and the ability to change how Venice interacts with you by modifying the system prompt, limitless text, and high image limits. If you want to use AI without fear of handing over your most intimate thoughts to a corporation or the government, you can get 20% off on a pro plan using my link, venice.ai/GG, or use code GG. Again, that's venice.ai/GG, and use code GG for 20% off a pro plan today.
There we go. Never quite know how we're going to work in those ad transitions, Jay, but somehow, some way, we find a way to make it work. So
you're excellent at that, man.
We've thought about replacing either myself or Jay with AI. So maybe one of these days, one of us might be AI. You'll never notice. You'll never notice. Tiger King Rex card. I tried Magic Spoon cereal after that last ad read. It was good. Honestly, it is like it really is a little bit pricey for it, like compared to obviously getting like a regular ass cereal, but it's good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. I even recorded myself eating it in my own kitchen, despite knowing that I would be the subject of memes for days. But that's okay. All right. The Good White for $5 says boobs. The big old belly on the Good White there.
That's all right. A little pushing for the cushion.
That's a man.
Oh, sorry.
Vlad the Man for $5. Hello, Ray Ray and JJ Abrams. Me right to be here are the time.
JJ Abrams.
That's you. James Daniel. Good morning, guys. Can you please react to a new Fortnite season trailer just got released? As a 38-year-old man, nostalgia just hit me in the gut. I'm so hyped now. We just saw a little bit of that with the Power Rangers. Thanks to Jay. I wasn't even aware. I got to say, I'm not up to I'm not up on all the Fortnite stuff that's going on. Haven't played that game in quite a long time. Really ever since Brie Larson's character, like after that arc, you know what I mean? When they had her character in there, I picked it up. I won. She liked my tweet, and I really haven't played since then. So it's gotta really be something interesting to get me invested.
Man, yeah, do we show the trailer?
Yeah, show it.
Since people are getting hyped, should we show the trailer?
Yeah,
because they got a lot of cool characters in here. Here we go.
When the bugs came, everything we knew was taken from us. Hope faded faster than we could fight back. We thought it was the end of times. Turns out, it's morphin' time.
Oh, hell yeah!
Look at that thing.
The hell's that?
Uh-oh.
Oh, we need a Megazord.
Yes. Yeah. Brent's gonna play more. What? No way, dude.
Let's
no
go.
way. Where is that thing? Oh, no way if they have that in the game. Holy
Let's
crap.
go.
Ryan's back on Fortnite. I'll let Jeremy know.
I'll play because of that. Probably
that's
not.
Freaking cool.
Alex McCarthy for 2. S tier Tuesday, Meta PC, RK Outpost, or Drunk 3PL. Thank you very much, Alex. Hell yeah. Go check out the link. Sir Hat for 2. Love Power Rangers. Ivan Ooze was from the 90s.
Ah, yeah. I knew it was something oozy.
They had Rita Repulsa, I think, in the one that they did, right? Like 12 years ago or 10 years ago, whenever that was.
I think so. It's been a minute.
Net Stealer, Jeremy Stars in. He's Rump Ranger. Puts the outlaws on their knees. That's the way he likes them, please. A flaming queen of the Wild West. He's RR. Sounds about right.
Gotcha.
Sir Hat, you never know how Ryan will transition. You never know. Got to stay tuned, you know. Miki Leaky Hi, Mika Heine.
You know what that's from?
Mika Leaka Hi, Mika Heine Ho.
Yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Mecca Lecca Hi, Mecca Heine Ho.
But it's with Epic Mike.
Yeah. You just unlocked a memory, man. I don't know.
Master Austin with 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, Master Austin. Vlad the Man for 199. Sorry, I meant JJ, Father Abraham.
Oh, gotcha.
Is that you, Jay?
I guess so.
JJ, Father Abraham. Ladybug for 199 says,
it's a thing now.
Shiitake.
It started with 1. Now everybody's posting it.
Everybody likes it just because you laugh like a fucking idiot every time.
It's funny, dude, because you're very serious. You're like, the good wine, this and that, this and that, this and that. And then all of a sudden it's shiitake. It's just not you.
I try to give the people what they want. Okay.
They want shiitake.
I suppose they do.
They're going to want it on a t-shirt next.
We always keep saying these things, but it never really.
Yeah, it's true. We have the best ideas, but Jeremy's usually 2 months late.
Yeah, something like that. But Jay, Sydney Sweeney still in hot water with some people.
Oh no,
hot bath water potentially, because of her ads. This is one of the dumbest stories we've ever seen.
100%. The fact that it's still around.
The fact that a jeans ad, Beyonce did a jeans ad not that long ago for Levi jeans or something like that. I don't know why that wasn't called racist, but Sydney Sweeney, blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, all of that stuff. This has created a backlash of which I was not prepared for. And look, I could understand how a lot of fat cows and heifers and weirdos and ugly freaks were going to have a problem with anybody who's traditionally attractive being in this ad because, like, I can't see myself in an ad like this. You kind of expect that.
we've seen a ridiculous backlash. Articles from MSNBC. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows an unbridled cultural shift toward whiteness.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, Jay. Non-inclusive at best and overtly promoting white supremacy and Nazi propaganda at worst. All because it's a gene pun. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. My gosh. CNN's getting all these different professors from all these institutions. And of course, they all think the same thing. They're all doing an evaluation of what this means for America. And all of them are saying, yes, indeed, you're right. Even if they didn't mean to, it's promoting white supremacy and white nationalism and conservatism, like all this wild shit. And thankfully, American Eagle, if this had been 4 or 5 years ago, Jay, I fully believe that
they would apologize.
That a company would have bent the knee and apologized and try to appease these freaks. Agreed. But that is not what happened. Instead, they just simply put out a statement. Sydney Sweeney has great genes. Isn't always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their AE genes with confidence their way. Great genes look good on everyone. No apology, no bending of the knee, but it is just continue to ramp up for Sydney Sweeney. We saw allegedly her address gets leaked and people say she's a registered Republican. So now we know that this was racist, regardless of whether it actually is or not. And now it's to the point where at red carpet premieres, Jay, she's getting asked about her racist ad for American Eagle. During the premiere of Americana, we've got this little clip here from TMZ. I think I shared the audio. Here we go.
Stop the ad. That is being racist.
Stop the ad.
That is being racist.
Bro, stop the ad. That's being racist.
It's racist to have a white person promote something now.
I got to give Sydney Sweeney credit for not saying a word. Like nothing. Like she has said nothing. She's just living her life, doing her thing.
I accidentally hit something. My bad.
It's okay. I heard something. But yeah, she hasn't said a word, not saying a thing, just living life. Every little clip that they try to grab from her now, it's like, oh yeah, remember she shoots guns and all that stuff. It's like, I know American Eagle's loving it because their stock prices have gone up and who knows. But Ryan, what you don't know, this is breaking news. I'm going to take this off the screen for a second. Or maybe you did. You know everything. But we do have a response from someone that you really care about. It appears Lizzo has responded to Sydney Sweeney. This person writes, not to be outdone by Sydney Sweeney, Lizzo offers us a look at what that American Eagle ad could have been done. Are you ready?
I think so.
She's doing it to one of her songs. Should I mute the music? Because it might get. Yeah,
the last thing we'd want is Lizzo claiming us.
All right, so I'll mute the song, but it's just one of her lyrics. So there you go. Look at that. And so she, she's got the blonde hair. She's got the jeans. She's doing her rap lyrics. She's showing the package.
It's actually really funny how, remember, like Lizzo gets fat shamed and she goes on this big transformation, probably use Ozempic, like whatever. She loses like 100 pounds and she's still fat and disgusting. That's like the funniest thing about Lizzo is she got shamed into losing a bunch of weight and she's still probably 100 pounds overweight. That's how fat that bitch is.
I'll take that off the screen, chat. Sorry, I left it on a little bit too long.
Yeah, we don't need that. But the truth is, if it was a Lizzo ad and she was fat and gross and spilling out of her jeans like the heifer that she is, and she said all the exact same shit, about, passed down to you, blah, 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 all this stuff, and Lizzo has great genes, and that was the thing, there would be no outrage. There would be nobody that was calling it racist. There would be nothing like that. But instead, because it's a all-American looking blonde
in Sydney Sweeney, now that shit's racist. And to your point, I do, you do have to wonder if the noise will get to a level at which she ever feels like she has to say something or respond. I hope that that's not the case, but there is so much shit, especially with, now Trump talking about it and the Republican registration, all of that stuff. You do have to wonder if she's ever going to feel the need to come out and say something. I hope not. I hope she just does exactly what she's doing.
Agreed. I hope she stays quiet. Eventually, she'll be on a podcast and they'll ask her, hey, remember that time? And she'll just probably be like, yeah, I can't believe it. Or she could just be absolutely loving the fact that she is the most talked about person in the entire planet for a month. And she's not even like a major celebrity movie star, like it's just from a commercial. So
look, it has been very good for American Eagle.
I missed the ball toss, Chad. That's why there was silence. Ryan tossed me the ball and I completely swung and missed. That's why there was a good 5 seconds of silence. I thought he was going to say something else. I'm trying not to interrupt and be better. Like I just interrupted him right now.
That was, we made a mistake. We should have teed it up. We shouldn't have relied on, we shouldn't have been doing coach pitch. We should have teed it up, but that's all right. I think it's been really good for American Eagle because, quite frankly, when's the last time you thought about American Eagle?
Never.
It's been a while for me since I thought anything about American Eagle. And now it's on the lips of everybody. And
that's what I'm
saying.
The
truth is, for all the backlash, 98% of people think that the backlash is insane and ridiculous, that there's nothing wrong with the ad. And they're happy that American Eagle's not bending the knee. They find nothing wrong with Sydney Sweeney and this ad. So it would be a different story. Like the whole, all publicity, whatever. It would be a different story if 95% of people fucking hated this. Kind of like Bud Light, right? Dylan Mulvaney. If 95% of your fucking customer base hates something, then it doesn't matter if a lot of people are talking about it. It can still be a very bad thing for you. It's not the case for American Eagle. I think they only sell women's size up to 18 or something. So let's be real. A lot of the people that are mad about this, they wouldn't fit into American Eagle jeans anyway. So I don't think that they're part of their core audience base. You know what I mean?
Totally agree. Totally agree. It's kind of scary though, that if you get asked to do a commercial, you could be screamed at and yelled at every time you try to make a public appearance, even without even saying a word, not making a political statement on her Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. And yet people are still going to yell at you because they're upset at a commercial. But you know what is scary, Ryan?
Halloween Horror Nights.
Halloween Horror Nights. That's right. Yesterday during the show, someone asked me about a house that I had no knowledge of. I felt ashamed as the person that runs the theme park channel here at Geeks and Gamers that I wasn't sure what was going on fully at Halloween Horror Nights. But
that was embarrassing. That was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. But I learned from my mistakes and just checked. And we've got the full run of houses listed now. 10 new mind-ripping haunted houses. And it looks like a great run. First 5 nights at Freddy. I think it's going to be absolutely insane if they were able to recreate that Chuck E. Cheese type thing and you got to go through it, or the video game. I think it would be absolutely insane. That's probably going to be 3 to 5 hour wait. Trust me, if it's done right. And we got the WWE house right here. Fear is the main event. The Horrors of the Wyatt 6. Right there. So that a lot of wrestling fans will probably love this. Jason Universe. Again, if they do this right, which they normally do, right here, he's talking about from the woods to his summer camp where it all began. So if they're going to recreate Camp Crystal Lake and you got to walk through the camp, things like that, that's going to be insanely awesome.
I just want them to do Jason 10 or whatever, the one he's in
Jason
space.
X when he's in space.
Yeah. That's got to do a house like that.
Maybe they end up on that. Maybe they go through a couple movies. You got the Terrifier. I know you love clowns. You
I
know,
don't really care about clowns. But
that'll be a good one.
so,
And the Fallout.
some people are shockingly actually terrified of clowns. That is a phobia that some people have. I've never understood it, but so that is like a triggering thing for some people. Clowns.
It really is. That the Fallout house is getting a lot of buzz. A lot of people looking forward to seeing what they could put together for Fallout. And then, of course, Universal does some of their own IP things as well. We got a Texas one in the Old West. All hell is broken loose. They're the outlaws from hell coming to scare you. Now, they usually every year they do have like not so much a scare house, but more of a fun house kind of thing, just to kind of mix it up. So I'm not quite sure which one will that, but I know the one that a lot of people don't like is the freaking dolls. The dolls are freaking creepy. I don't like, that's the one thing I don't like those type of houses, but they're going to do another doll house. Dolls, Let's Play Dead. You're about to become doll size and witness all kinds of crazy things drum up by a twisted little girl. You'll be hunted, burnt, all kinds of things in the dollhouse. Then we got Grave of Flesh, where you're dead meat. Welcome to your funeral. Where things go from bad to worse. So you're gonna enter a graveyard and be part of the whole. Interesting idea. And then we got Gulkin. I believe that's Gulkin, how it's pronounced. Monsters of the North. What'd be really cool is they pumped in, like, made it like icy cold in there while you walk through, the Monsters of the North. And then for all you Latinos, they've got El Artista, a Spanish haunting. It's supposed to be a story of a man in the 19th century in Spain. He was a tortured artist. So you get to see like all his artwork come to life and freak you out. Now, what will this cost you, you might ask? Well, the tickets vary.
A lot.
The basic ticket is around $85. That'll get you in and probably be a little bit more depending on the day that you go. So from 85 to maybe 110 if you go on the weekends. The weekends, they expect a lot of people, so they raise the price tag up, so it's not super crowded, but it's going to be crowded. If you don't have a fast pass on the weekends, you can expect to wait 2 to 5 hours per house as they advertised last year. So if you do plan on going, don't go on a Saturday, for crying out loud. Usually the Wednesday and Thursday nights are not as busy and they're cheaper. Fast passes, if they're still available, could be upwards. Last year they sold the top ones on the busiest day at $399 each. So before you plan your visit, make sure you check on the website. My advice is to call them and wait an hour till you get someone on the phone to let them walk you through the best plan for you, because they also have like special packages where you can go to the park during the day, stay in the park while it opens, so you don't have to wait outside before they open the gates for Halloween Horror Nights. There's all kinds of different things. If you live in the Florida area, it's also cheaper. They have Florida resident packages, annual pass holder packages, all kinds of stuff. They even have a package where you can go to Halloween Horror Nights and Epic Universe, things like that. So just figure out what you want to do. I recommend call them on the phone and say, this is what I want to do. What's the best deal you got? And it's like, hey, if you stay in one of our hotels, it can even be cheaper, things like that. It's all kinds of combos on Halloween Horror Nights. So any particular one you're looking forward to? For me, it's Five Nights at Freddy. That's the one I want. I hope they do very, very well on that. Jason could be cool too.
I guess Jason could be cool. The Fallout one, I don't even know like how they're going to do that, I suppose. You know what I mean? Like it's a popular IP, but I don't know about the scary elements of it. I really want them next year after Stranger Things season 5 is over. I want them to bring back the Stranger Things house, because I went through the Stranger Things haunted house, but I'd never actually seen Stranger Things before, so I had no idea what was going on. Now that I have seen all the Stranger Things and I really like it, I really want to do a Stranger Things house. It's not going to happen until they come out another season.
That's true. That's very true. Well, coming this month, Halloween starts in August. Now, if you want a cheaper option, you can go to SeaWorld. They do a Halloween thing very similar with haunted houses with no IPs. And it's about half the price, and hardly no one goes. If you want to experience that. But you can get a lanyard over there.
If you want to get your great value brand haunted house experience.
From Howl Scream, what they call it. You can get a lanyard where you could drink a lot. They punch the card for every alcohol beverage you get. So
in my experience, it is always busy there. It is the reason that they're charging no, not SeaWorld,
okay,
Universal.
okay. Universal.
The reason, look, the reason that it's $300 or whatever for the Express Pass is because they're in demand. Like that's just the reality. The place is packed virtually every night. People love it. People love just go there, walk around, have a drink, walk through the scare zones. And the only way I can do it is with the Express Pass, man. Get them all done, get them all knocked out, not waiting too long in any of those lines with all the smelly people, you know?
Yeah. That the one line, like where you go behind the Rip Ride Rocket, that red, and you see like the crowds of people that are just standing there for hours, and then you get to walk like Moses parted the Red Sea through that express line all the way up to the house. It's such a neat feeling. Just kind of look around and be like, you just keep walking, and everybody stares at you like you're on the red carpet.
It's true. It's a good feeling to like walk by all the people who have been in line for 2 hours. Not gonna lie, that's a really good feeling. Let's see. Christian Rocker for 199 says Portobello. See what's happening now, Jay?
What is that?
Different kind of mushroom.
Sure.
Get it? Shiitake.
Oh. I didn't get it till just now.
And Vlad the Man for 5. In all seriousness, Jay, when will you like girls, not boys?
Oh. Hopefully this year. I'll turn over a new leaf just for you.
He's going to pray the gay away.
Yeah.
Mika Lika Hi, Mika Heine Ho for 2 says shiitake. Thank you.
I'll try not to laugh anymore so people stop.
Southeastern Kaiju for 199. Jay, you're funny. Ryan, I'm funny? Like a clown? Simpin' on Simpcast for 2. Ryan, could you fix Britney Spears? Hey, Jay.
Is that Wicked Virtue in your avatar?
Might be. Could I fix Britney Spears? Probably not. I don't think I can fix anybody. I think that, look, what you do is you say, all right, Britt, you give 5 minutes a day to do your random gyrating dances and bikinis and smoke and wield knives and all that shit. I'll give you 5 minutes, post that. We gotta be a little more normal sometimes. You can wear whatever you're wearing. I'm fine with that. But
Ryan, I've got some breaking news.
Okay.
I don't know what kind of racist backlash is going to happen because of this, but it's quite shocking, actually. I can't believe it just came up. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't know how America's going to feel about it, but I'm feeling pretty good. McDonald Land and Ronald are officially back at McDonald's. The McDonald Land meal is going to start at $8.12. You get a new shake. There's souvenir tins and a brand new commercial. Look at that. They got a commercial featuring Ronald McDonald and the gang.
So I do just want to say, I believe that 8/12 means starting on August 12th, but I suppose it could be
August 12th.
Could be the price.
Sorry, I messed that up. I probably messed that up.
I'm not sure, but yeah.
Look at Ronald, like behind the scenes. All American. Ronald McDonald. Look, there's the exclusive tins. Even Mayor McCheese is there. Man, I haven't seen Mayor McCheese in a long time.
I remember back in the day, like they had a Halloween thing and you bought a little cassette tape and it was like a Ronald McDonald Halloween story. And there was like some weird stuff going on, creepy stuff.
The freak. Look at
Look at
Grimace.
Grimace.
He hasn't aged a day. And then we got, these are the Fry guys, right? Is it?
He's green.
Yeah, that's the Fry guy. That's right. It's the Hamburglar, Ronald.
You know they ain't never gonna race swap the Hamburglar. Guarantee that.
They're bringing back Ronald McDonald. That's wild, man. I don't know what that shake is, but I guess it's supposed to look like Ronald a little bit. I don't know. The world is healing, brother. The world is healing, man. I'm telling you.
And remember when McDonald's play places were just like the shit?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. They're probably dirty and filled with bacteria, but who cared?
Yeah, people weren't getting sick as much then as they do now. Because you got a good romp in the McDonald's play place.
Look at that. They brought back Grimace's family.
That is.
Well, they're bringing that. They must have found this in some kind of closet somewhere, and they're like, you know what? We got nothing better to do. I hope they start doing parodies and stuff. I think that would be great. Like Ronald McDonald wearing like blue jeans and stuff. Like, I hope they do something fun like that. The greatest, in my opinion, the greatest fast food commercial ever lived was freaking Burger King and the NFL commercials, where they had him like, they put him in like as Deion Sanders or whatever, and he ran for a touchdown. Those are the greatest commercials ever.
Those are pretty good. Didn't make the food any better, but
no, commercials were great. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you.
Andy plays games. Member for 21 months. Hey, Jay, you can pay for a test flight on a flight school. I did that for $120. Fun to fly around the beach for 15 minutes or so. Merritt Island, Florida.
I don't know if anybody would feel comfortable even with me behind the wheel of a plane, but yeah, I appreciate you. We were talking about that on my early stream. It was like, today we celebrate the guy, the flying. I forgot his name. He stole a plane back in 2017 because he played video games like 23. He worked at an airport. Somebody in the chat will remember his name. He stole a plane. He flew around for an hour and he's like, I feel free. And he went to try to land. And he crashed and died.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Tragic death.
R.I.P.
He stole a plane and he was on the radio. He's like, I learned how to fly playing video games. And if I can land this thing, can I get a job? And he
fucking died.
Long story short, yeah, he died.
Lance says American Eagle, more like African hippo. Sir Hadford too. Lizzo keeps her great jeans in her fridge. Thank you. Simping on Simpcast, Wicked Virtue is hotter than Sweeney. Thank you, Simping on Simpcast. Random commentator for 5. Why do SJW writers always replace white males with black females in entertainment? For example, John was replaced by Fortuna in Achromatic Chronicles.
He wasn't replaced. It was the timeline. John's coming back in the next, and don't worry, they'll all be there.
Rudy for 2. People are jealous of how hot and unapologetic she is. Thank you, Rudy. Sir Hat. The world spent the week arguing whether or not Sydney Sweeney is hot enough to be a superior race. Pretty much. It's been wild. Rolling the Wretched for $20. Hey, Ryan and Jay, did you guys hear about the crossover rumor at Comic-Con with Marvel and DC? Gunn and the Russos would be working jointly. Thoughts? It's something that's been done in the comics a couple times. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's something that's been thrown around out there between Marvel and DC for a while now. I think inevitably it will happen at some point because with these superhero movies, obviously they need it to be a big, unique thing anymore to get the attention that they used to get. So I think it'll happen at some point, but I don't think it's going to be for a while.
Especially with the cracking open of the multiverse now, they'll just... It's Wolverine will fall into a time portal and end up fighting Batman. Can you imagine if they did a Batman versus Wolverine? You know,
cool.
like kind of thing. You know what I would love though, Ryan? You know what I would love? In the
What?
comics, they did a Batman. I didn't buy many DC comics, but I did buy Batman versus the Predator. And that comic book was, I like, people might not have liked it. I thought it was awesome. I was like, that would make an awesome standalone Batman film.
And then Roland also says, thoughts? Missed you on FNQ, Ryan. Made a corduroy joke and you weren't there. Yeah, I had stuff going on. I didn't even realize it was the 600 or the 365th FNT, which is a year worth of FNTs, which is crazy. I did not realize that, but it's really not much I could do. I had a couple things going on, unfortunately, but I'll be back. I'll be back next week. Angst Kitten for 5 says, Jay, when's the best time to go to Halloween Horror Nights? Is it less crowded closer to Halloween?
No. Earlier, it's better to go in September on a Thursday. And if there's a Wednesday option, I would grab that too. September is like perfect. All the kids are going back to school next week or the week after. A lot of them are starting in August. September, like people are just getting their bearings set with school back and all that. It's less crowded in September. The closer to Halloween, the crazier. Halloween day is insane. I don't know why people go on Halloween. I guess it's like, we got nothing better else to do. Let's go to Halloween Horror Nights on Halloween night. That is insanity. But they also offer it in November. So usually that last weekend in November is not bad either. So if I were to go, I'd go in September.
Jack Allen for 5 with Marvel crashing at the box office. How is Mando and the Green Shit movie going to do? Can it crack 300 million? Star Wars is in worse shape than Marvel.
It might not do well at all.
It'd be interesting because there hasn't been a Star Wars movie in theaters it'll be 7 years 6.5 years by the time it comes out. But we've still had a shit ton of Star Wars projects on Disney Plus. Whereas Marvel's had a shit ton of projects on Disney Plus, and they've been putting out 2 or 3 fucking movies a year. I think it's going to tell us a lot. I guess I would be surprised if it got over 500 million. Maybe 500 or 600 million might be its like cap that I think it could possibly reach, but maybe it'll crash and burn. I don't fucking know. Maybe after all the Pedro Pascal fatigue, they'll be making him keep that fucking helmet on the entire time.
Did you see this latest report about the Star Wars New Jedi Order that just dropped too? Have you seen that?
Which one?
All right, I'll show it real quick. I know we were going to talk a little Star Wars today.
Maybe.
This is from that guy, Daniel, who always reports stuff. You know who he is.
Oh, yes. He's so spot on with everything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's all true.
Take this as a grain of salt, everyone. Lucasfilm plans for the Star Wars New Jedi Order era have reportedly been revealed. It will be similar to the Mandoverse. That's a terrible idea. It will begin with Daisy Ridley's upcoming film. Horrible idea. It will gradually build toward a major event that brings together characters introduced in past films. I mean, if that's true, it's terrible.
This is all I'll say, right?
But it is a Daniel thing, so
I still don't believe we have a script for this movie.
Yeah.
Right? Remember all these things that were coming out about it, like before they had a fucking script?
Yeah.
And to the best of our knowledge, they still do not have a script, yet somehow everybody knows these grand plans that are happening.
I say
similar to the Mandoverse. What does that even mean?
Like around the launch them from that, like take the characters from that timeline.
I mean, the Mandoverse is happening 30 years before this, but I feel like it means the style. But how do you do that style in one fucking movie? I guess. Do you know what I mean? Don't know. Unless they mean similar to Mandoverse, in that at the end we're going to have a bunch of different characters all come together.
That's what it said. You mean
by similar to the Mandoverse?
Yeah.
I don't know. Mandoverse hot dog shit. Hot dog shit. Over on the Rumble side, Snooty Mims for $10
says, I will not eat the bugs. Ronan, Reno James, B. Barrett, Copo, Dan the Man, Switzerland Play It, all badass dudes on Rumble. Thank you, Snooty Mims. And again, for another Rumble rant, says World of Gaming, Weens and Kaboom, XLuigi34 are going to stream Smash Bros. Wednesday, 9 p.m. Central. All are welcome. Hail G&G. Hail chat. Thank you, Snooty Mims. Ronan for $1 says the best thing Sweeney can do is stay apolitical like Chris Pratt. Do some philanthropic work to bolster her image. Better for her to stay the course instead of giving in to left or right views of her. Yeah, and look, I think we all think we know where Chris Pratt stands, you know, with that kind of stuff, but he doesn't make it part of him. He doesn't put it out there. And I think that's how more actors should be. And I think the same thing about Sydney Sweeney, even if she does agree with me politically or doesn't. Look, all this, she's a registered Republican. Okay, she also does these things for GLAAD. She also does these like LGBT benefit things. So like just because someone does something you like or that pisses off people that you hate doesn't mean that they believe in all the same things that you believe in.
Correct.
Especially when we're talking about a girl in her 20s. So I think people should shy away from feeling like because of this, she should be your MAGA hero, and just maybe be okay with actors not pushing their political beliefs on everybody. Greedy Graffiti for $5. Did you hear comedian Matt Rife purchased the home of paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren? He plans to open it for tours and overnight stays.
Oh, that'd be a nice Airbnb to visit.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, let's go into a haunted house. It'll make a lot of money.
M2M, Fallout is scary, Ryan. Super Mutants, Raiders, Death Claws, Yaogui, Mire Lurks, Centaurs, Giant Ant Shooting Flames, Killer Robots. Shall I go on? They have a lot of like elements like that in there, but what I'm saying is like the games are not like, to me, those games have never inspired fear or horror or whatever, as opposed to a game like Five Nights at Freddy's, which is specifically supposed to be like a horror setting with animatronic robots, as opposed to all these like weird things that exist in this post-apocalyptic Fallout universe. So that's why I'm interested to see what they do with it. You know what I mean? Because the IP itself is not a horror IP, despite the fact that there's some weird fucked up things in there. Ministry of Wrong. It's like Last of Us. They had a Last of Us house a couple years ago, right? Like that game, I understand you're sneaking around trying not to get killed by zombies and they jump out. Like I get that part. You know, that makes sense to me. Fallout, not quite. Ministry of Wrong Thing. I feel like I haven't eaten healthy enough in the last couple of years to not know Ronald McDonald was gone. Go me. I didn't really know he was gone either.
He was gone for quite some time.
Demi Moore's tapeworm for $1.99. Hamburglar looks like Jeremy. Wow. Grimace's wife got them DSLs. Wood. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $1.99 says, Jay, the pilot never planned to land. It was a self-delete.
Really? That's probably true. I just went off like what I was reading earlier today.
M2M, if Marvel and DC did a crossover cinematic universe, it needs to be absolute peak. Anything less is unacceptable. Fans can do better than Hollywood. I just don't know when a right time to do it would be. Like, is the time to do it right after Secret Wars? You know, when you're trying to reestablish your universe? Because that's what's going to happen. Secret Wars is going to be a soft reboot, basically, with all new cast, like blah, 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 introduction of new superhero teams, shit like that. Is that the right time to do a Marvel DC crossover? I don't know.
I think it's just got to be a standalone. Like just I think I don't know if I would put it in the universe. I wouldn't, but that's just me.
Yeah. Would it be cool to see Justice League versus the Avengers? Yeah. But I don't know if we're in a good place for that. Johnny's for $1.99 with a grain of salt, Jay, not as a grain of salt.
Thank you.
Take it as a grain of salt, Jay.
Yeah.
Snooty Mims for $5. Levi's answer to American Eagle Sweeney is Beyonce.
That garbage has been telling people like us you're racist and scum. Now we should buy what she's selling. Hell to the no. Well, I think Snooty Mims, I believe that the Beyonce's Levi's ad was from a couple years ago.
Yeah, and it's just now making the rounds.
Yeah, so it's like people are just showing that like, hey, why was this not a problem a few years ago, but all of a sudden it's racist as shit. You know what I mean? But you know, is what it is. Is Bruce Willis dead? Somebody said R.I.P. Bruce Willis.
What?
I mean, that would not be shocking news to me. He's obviously had some health issues.
I don't see anything.
Oh, no, he's saying R.I.P. Bruce Willis's brain. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, as we've heard obviously some bad things about Bruce Willis. We know he's dealing with the dementia and like all that other stuff. But I do not think he's dead. I do not think he's passed away yet. Obviously, very sad what happened to him.
Yes. Yes.
Bruce Willis, fucking awesome. Badass. But no, he is not he's still alive. All right. Speaking of something that's not alive anymore, let's talk about the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Thunderbolts underperformed. Wait, I thought Thunderbolts I thought that one did great, according to reports. Same with Captain America.
I know, right, Jay? It's funny how it's worked this year in 2025 at the box office. Every new Marvel movie that comes out, oh my gosh, what an incredible, stunning, and brave opening weekend. This is what Marvel needs to turn itself around. Of course, we had this after Fantastic Four, after Thunderbolts underperformed. Fantastic Four could be on track to disprove Marvel fatigue with a massive start at the box office. And then that got celebrated. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at these numbers. Well, here we are in the second weekend, Jay. Fantastic Four First Steps, huge second weekend box office drop could be bad news for the MCU's future. And yes, indeed, it was actually worse than we saw. What was projected to be about a $40 million second weekend ended somewhere in like 38.5, 39 million, a 67% drop from the opening weekend to this weekend. Still in first place with a couple newcomers at the box office, but a bad drop for Marvel. And we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but you have some people that are melting down a little bit over this, that are having problems accepting that, all the things we might have been saying about the MCU for the past several years is they've lost money on like 7 of their last 8 movies, something like that. That yes, it's true that people have walked away from this franchise. Saw John Roca have a meltdown and basically say, it's unacceptable that Jurassic World Rebirth can crush films like Superman and Fantastic Four. The audience is wrong, not the studios. I'm going to defend the studios. I'm going to defend the people that destroyed these franchises. Yeah. You brought up this guy yesterday, Jay.
Yeah.
Who cares how much a movie makes? It doesn't matter if it flops. It's art, all of the same. And funny enough, now you have people that are looking at Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four. And I will say this, I think that they've released a lot worse movies than these two in the past couple of years. I think Captain America Brave New World is awful. Quantumania is awful. The Marvels is awful. These are not the 2 worst projects that they've released. But now you have people that are like, for these 2 movies to come out and bomb, it really shows the damage that Thor Love and Thunder and Quantumania did to Marvel's name. And it's weird. It's almost like we were saying this shit when it happened.
For a long time. Yeah.
Like when these movies came out, we were saying how fucking god awful they were. And we got told, no, it's COVID. No, it's streaming. It's blah, blah, blah. Now a lot of people are finally, whether they are actually admitting it or not, or just trying to make other excuses, they're coming to the same conclusion that this franchise is damaged, potentially beyond all repair.
No, agreed. And the other thing that we've been saying that I feel like they said this before Fantastic Four is the fact that you're trying to make people do homework before watching a film is just literally Like it's the dumbest thing ever. And so some of the marketing for Fantastic Four was, don't worry, you don't have to do your homework to watch this movie, was obviously them saying, yeah, people complained about it. They heard it. They just pumped way too much bad Marvel all over the place. I mean, you're talking from books to Disney Plus to the movies, and people are just like, there's no excitement for this whatsoever. It's easy to say that people are excited. Listen, at a Comic-Con when Robert Downey Jr. ripped off the mask and everybody thunderous applause, right? Been going to a lot of Comic-Cons in my day. When you go out on that stage, no matter who it is, there's a big applause thing going. Everybody cheers for whatever they say. It's just, I don't know. It's just what they do. So it's like, if they took that as a gauge as, hey, man, we're going to do great. We're going to do great because everybody clapped at a Comic-Con, that they're in for a rude awakening. And it makes me wonder now that even with the massive drop-off from Fantastic Four, Robert Downey Jr., I don't know if he's going to save anything. They might have like one good movie bump, but if the movie's not good, or even compared to the standards of the Marvel films that he was actually in back in those first 3 phases, people will just sit and wait. Just like you said the other day, like we saw this, like 3.5, 4 weeks, they released a movie that you can purchase on streaming and watch it at home. So, and you're right. The other thing too, you don't want to go to like we were talking about this yesterday on the Monday Hangover, the fact that going to the movies was cool. It was so cool from start to finish because you went there expecting to see some cool teaser trailers that you haven't seen. You don't need to do that anymore. It's on Twitter immediately. And then they pump in like ridiculous commercials that you don't want to see. A commercial about going to the movies when you're actually in the movie that lasts that's like 2-minute movie. They bring in an actor and they're like, go to the movies. And then
Nicole, you're at AMC and Nicole Kidman is now telling you how awesome AMC is and that you should go to AMC. It's like, I'm already here, bitch.
Yeah, and then it's like they also do a local, at least at Universal, they do a local ad. They're like, hey, if you're interested in going to dinner, go here. All that stuff is like suck the life out of the movie experience. So, and if they think that Robert Downey Jr. is going to revive Marvel for the masses, they might get people to come back and just see out of curiosity, but that's nothing to build on. That's like building on Daredevil and Wolverine. That's a standalone. It was a specialty film. They didn't build on that. If they were smart, they would have released an Old Man Blade movie right after that and announced that. That probably would have done well. But
they're already like, hey guys, we got something else coming, right?
Yeah.
We got something else coming really soon. You guys have been interested in this, right? Are you ready? Spider-Man, brand new day.
With a new suit.
I actually really like the suit, to be honest with you. And I saw Film Junkie, Marvel Studios be like, don't look at the Fantastic Four box office drop. Look over here. Now, this is a Sony production in partnership with Marvel Studios, obviously. But holy shit, we're seeing a lot of this. I mean, they're filming it out in public, right? So, of course, that is, you're going to understand that. But there has been a lot of this around, a lot of people pushing this around because, quite frankly, they don't want you paying attention to another Marvel flop. They want you thinking about the next thing that comes out.
Yeah, exactly. Just consume and keep going. Consume and keep going. It's just they need a massive reset, man, and they need to pause for a long time. Just like, and you know what's going to happen? Star Wars is going to release their movie, Mando and Grogu, and I'm going to assume it doesn't do well. And they're going to be like, well, we paused on movies. Isn't that what you guys have been saying? We paused. We took a break from the blockbuster, and you still didn't see the film.
Yep.
Can't fix bad movies, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, once it's out there, it's out there.
And bad movies do damage to a brand.
Absolutely.
The American Man for 5. Shout out to the Marlins for making history by sweeping the Yankees. All their new acquisitions completely botched it. It was beautiful to see. Go Fish. Yeah, their new super bullpen ain't working out very well for them. First couple games. Cubs picked up Mike Soroka at the deadline. He immediately went out and injured himself in his first start.
Oof.
Excited. Cole Hauser for 5. I don't see her as MAGA. All I see is a hot bag of chips on a hot summer night. Damn, she fine. Yeah, I like them white hot gals. Praise Allah. Thanks, Cole Hauser, who has a picture of me in his office. Greedy Graffiti for 5. Jay, Matt Rife's house purchase included the Annabelle doll. Would you spend the night there? Let's start a GoFundMe to make it happen.
Gotta pay me. Yeah, like in that house, there's supposed to be the mini museum of all the weird, haunted, possessed artifacts that those people have collected throughout the years. They have a book. I actually own the book. I haven't read it though. And many of the famous horror movies that we know, like that haunted, what was that freaking name of that movie with the house that was haunted? That people, the Amityville horror, is that what it's called? All that stuff comes from this
haunted mansion.
Yeah, that's it. So
Jeremy the Cyborg in Fallout 3, there's a horror Lovecraftian dungeon called the Dunwich Building with self-opening doors, flashbacks to past events, teleporting ghouls. Fallout 4 is the same thing in a mine. I suppose that's true, and you probably point to a couple. That's just I guess that's the way I feel about the Fallout games that I've played and stuff. I don't really connect a horror element to them. But maybe you do have a couple pieces like that you can think about. Cole Hauser, Sidney Crawford sold tons of Pepsi for their ads.
Carl's Jr.
What about a Resident Evil haunted house? There you go. Red Mage for 10. Jay mentioning Robert Downey Jr. Dr. Doom reveal at Comic-Con. That was a year ago. Wow, time flew by really fast because I was just at Comic-Con for this year a few weeks ago. Yeah, it was last year when they did that. Last year. Logan Johnson for 5. You guys seen Variety's worst to best Marvel movies and shows? Boy, oh boy, what a shit list. I've heard people talk about it. I haven't seen it yet. So maybe I'll have to check it out. Because I could only imagine it's dog shit. But speaking of dog shit, the show's finally over, Jay. We did it. We did it, Jay. You got anything going on?
No, tonight I'm going to take it easy. Make Transformer videos. My people seem to like that like those videos. More Transformer comic videos coming up.
I got to make movies. The dildo chucker got arrested from the WNBA.
I heard.
The dildo chucker. So.
Is it one person that's been doing it at all the...
It was only... Well, I mean, it was only 2 that have been thrown, but one person
was at different games, right? Or is it the same arena?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Darth Manic, if the show goes past an hour, does Jeremy pay you overtime? If not, start a union. I think Jeremy will bust that union up pretty quick. He'll fire us all, you know. The Under Armour Gamer on the 23rd, I'm going to an M's game. I haven't been in 7 years. Hey, that's cool. Hope you have a good time. Hope you have a good time there, Under Armour Gamer. Ronan for 2. I've heard Pedro Fatigue mentioned before. You've probably answered this, but which B or C-list actor would have been a better choice for Mr. Fantastic?
The guy from... Who's the guy from American Chavez movie? Who was the guy that played Mr. Fantastic in that one?
How about the guy... wait, you're talking about
he was in it for like 5 seconds.
John Krasinski.
Yeah.
I actually think with a good script, he could have been incredible.
Yeah.
I think that the guy who played Fantastic Four, Ian Gafford or whatever the fuck his name is.
Oh, yeah.
He still looks like he could play him.
Yeah. It would have been fine.
Not gonna lie. A lot of people wanted Kylo Ren to play him. I think they offered it to Adam Driver, potentially said no. Taker for 5. It would have been funny to see Robert Downey Jr. remove his mask and all you hear is one guy cough and another guy in the back like, yeah. But do you remember in that video, the one that went viral, right before he takes off the mask, there's one guy that goes, Jared Leto.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's right. Jared Leto!
Yeah. Darth Manic, Viva La Bam's Unholy Union. Thank you. All right, guys. That's it for us. We will not see you tomorrow.
Nope.
But we will be back on Thursday. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out. We'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Later.